Trucking Magazine.
Is the green light on?
The green light is on.
Oh, I think I'm on too. Boy, that was fast.
Yeah, there's already some people watching, like Marianne LaBelle.
Oh, nice. John and Andrew are doing the writing for us tonight, folks. And they're getting all the names in for us so we can do a draw shortly. We're going to make a short one tonight. We're going to do 2 draws. We're going to yak for a bit. I'm going to hear from you and what say you. And just have a good time tonight. Not for a long time because it's a Monday night. Monday night's usually a slow night around here. We'll see how slow it is. We'll see how many people we have come on a Monday night. And we have service. Thank goodness for the Wii Boost. I'm just going to put my glasses on so I can see who's coming on. And John and Andrew's got their phones there. Good. So they're writing like crazy. And Vicky Sharp's in. Marianne LaBelle. Good evening. How are you doing? Maggie Zerkowski. Hiya, Dave and family. Good to see you. Carla Mannix, Pilot, yes, you're in. Travis Wallace is in. Sharon Schroeder is great to see you from Victoria, BC. Hey, Victoria, BC, you're probably nice and warm. Brenda Christensen is in. Marcia Pitts in. Sherry Lynn Busser, how is Rick doing? Keith Bazin, good evening, Dave. Lydia Dick, good evening, Dave. And there is Rick Busser. Peggy Liderskowski, good evening, Dave. And Travis Wallace, liked and shared. And Marianne LaBelle, liked and shared. Brian Watowicz, hey Brian, how are you doing? Thank you for all those different things you send me to keep me up to date. Tracy Joelle is in, and Mary Penner. Sherry Lynn Busser is in, yeah. And Lorraine Blake. Hello, Dave and Freedom family. Roxanne Heinz is in the house. And Tracy Joel says, hey, Dave and Freedom family. Maggie Zerkowski is in the house. And Sherry Lynn Busser says, hello, Dave and family. Vicky Sharp says, good evening. And Judy Hoffner-Waldner says, good evening, Dave and family. Rennie Wagner is in the house. Danielle Penner, good evening, Dave. And Frenchie, how are you doing? Good evening, my friend, he says. Maria Hebert, hey, I get a big hug from you in just a few days on Saturday at Camp Hope. Camp Hope flag flying. Can hardly wait till I can fly that Camp Hope flag at Camp Hope on Saturday and all the way there. Keith Bazin is in the house, and Marianne says, thank you, John Andrew. And good, Dave. Hope you're also. Yes, and Debbie Kahn. Hello, Dave. Stefan is in the house. And Sherry Lynn Busser says, gave him some homemade chicken soup. Yummy. Chantel is in the house. And Rick he liked and he shared. Debbie, hi, everyone. Patty, good evening. Hey, Patty, how are you doing? Renee says, good evening, Dave and family. That Chinese food looked great. Liked and shared. It is awesome. That Chinese place is awesome. Roger English says, hello, Dave. And Peggy Lader-Zakowski is in the house. And Brenda, glad you're at home. Yes, I am, and glad it's working. Tracy says, liked and shared. And Travis Wallace is in the house for Brooklyn. And Rick is in the house. Betty Lou, hello, Betty Lou. How do you do? And Willie Nolan, good evening, Dave and boys. And Frenchie liked and shared. And Richard Busser is in the house. And there's my good brother, Tim Birded Soul. Howdy, Dave and Freedom family. Liked, shared, and posted. Walter Hebert. How are you doing, Walter? Everybody was worried about you. Hope you're feeling okay. Stefan says, I just see a black screen. Oh, no. And Maggie says, hoping to meet you and your wonderful husband in February, says Maggie. And that's to Walter and to Maria. Tracy, hi, John and Andrew.
Hello.
And Willie Nolan is in the house. Tarina, how are you doing? liked and shared. Alan Chevrolet's in the house. Hey, Alan, how are you doing? Travis Wallace, Brooklyn, giving big hugs and love to all. Thank you, Brooklyn. And Ted Kuzi is in the house, and Kelly Hilton's in the house. And Walter says, hi, Body. How are you? Why are you not invite me for supper? Yes, well, I heard you're under the weather. If I knew you were feeling better, I would have invited you for Chinese food. Do you like Chinese food? They got great Chinese food there. I'll invite you and that beautiful wife of yours. And Tarina's in, Maria's in, and Alan says, I'm in the house. And Marianne says, nice to see you got internet service. You betcha, I'm using the booster. And we boost. Tarina says hi to Mary Lou. How do you do? And Willie Nolan liked and shared. Walter says, I'm not doing very good now. I was very sick for a bit. That's what I heard. And Betty Lou is saying hello to Tarina, our wonderful people there from the truck wash at the Road King. Alan says, loading tomorrow for Laredo. Oh, stab me through the heart with a knife. And Maggie back at you. And Marianne is in the house. Mary Penner, hi, John and Andrew. Oh, and Angie's not with us. Angie's working right now. We took her out for lunch on her lunch break. And Sharon says, love your sense of humor. You uplift so many people. Thank for all you do. And Walter says, I love Chinese. Needs food. You have to always been an excuse. Yes, let's do it. Nancy Hogman liked and shared. And Carla Mannix, Travis Wallace, hi, Brooklyn. Hugs to you. And Brooklyn's saying hi to Mom and Tarina. Maggie Zukowski says, glad you're on the mend to Walter. And Alan says, have you heard about Marcel? Oh, yeah, we've been talking about Marcel all week long. And Marcel is mobile and on the road. And he's on the mend. He was treated very, very well. Marcia Pitt says, hi, Brooklyn. Maria says, he's doing very good. That is excellent. Tim says, howdy to your bossy. And Willie Nolan says, glad you're feeling better, Walter. And Rick says, hi, Walter, Maria. Watched your video. And Mike Wells is in the house. And Keith says, I'm in Grenfield, westbound and down, loaded up and trucking. Tarina, hi, Brooklyn. And Tim is in the house. And Mike Wells, good evening, everybody. Nancy Hogbin is in the house. And Mike Wells liked and shared. So tonight we're going to do one of these fantastic rubs in that we've got either from Blue Haze Barbecue or from the Cattle Boys. You get to pick which one you want, whichever one you want tonight. We're going to put you all into the bowl. Everybody who uses the secret phrase goes in the bowl, and we're going to pull them both from the bowl. The other thing we're going to do is a Freedom 2022 dog tag. A Freedom 2022 dog tag that you can wear around your neck, or I put mine on my keychain. I have mine proudly on my keychain. I put my keys down on the table. You can see them. We're going to have some other draws later on in the week. We got a lot more stuff to give away, and I love giving stuff away. Alan liked and shared. Thank you. Nancy Hogman, we just got home today. Thank you. And who doesn't need a rub from Dave, says Mike Wells. I hear that. And Betty Lou is in the house. And you know, Keith Basin's one that's been giving rubs out to everybody. That guy, he's been everywhere, man. He's been everywhere. Hey, Alan, you know how you're saying I should lose weight? Well, Angie's been on me since January 1st to lose weight. And I said, you know what? I'm going to watch what I eat. I'm going to be careful what I can eat. And today, earlier, before she went to work, we stopped at Tim Hortons for a little snack, for an ice cap. You probably saw me drinking it. After I dropped her off, I went live. And I'm sitting there, and she says, you just ate 3 donuts. 3 donuts. Are you calling that a diet? Are you calling that restraint? And I said, yes, actually, I'm very proud of myself. And she said, you were? And I said, yeah, I actually wanted 5, and I only ate 3. So I'll say that, very proud of myself for that. What do you think, John? Mm-hmm. Yep, he agrees. That's proud of me, because instead of eating 5 donuts, I only ate 3. Sharon Butner's in the house, says evening all. Colleen Carr, hi Dave and CTM family. Ted Kuzi says go on a seafood diet. That's the type of diet I'm on for sure. And Tim, my brother from another mother, says this damn voice to program, I hate it. I meant hello to your boys. Thank you very much. Tonight for Angie's lunch break, we went and picked her up. And actually, I went to pick her up and I surprised her because I told her I was bringing her for Subway Eat Crap. And right beside the Subway in Oakbank, Manitoba is the Oakbank Chinese food restaurant. And the food there is absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. John loves it. Right, John? Mm-hmm. And so what we did is Caitlin, William, John Wayne, and Andrew all sat there and ordered the food so that when I picked up Angie and I drove up in front of it, I drove past the Subway and says, maybe we'll forget the Subway. And she says, I can see my babies. I see my babies. And she came in, and if you looked at the picture I posted, she is smiling ear to ear. She was so happy to be able to have Subway, to have Chinese food with her babies, all four of them, and we had an excellent lunch. Like, talk about a good lunch break for her. Supper break, I guess, because, it was at 7 o'clock at night. And the food was fantastic. We all ate, we were all full, and we laughed and joked and had fun. Socialization, that is the key thing. And we've been doing it all the way through. All the way through. There were no mandates on the MacKenzie family. And let's go back here a bit. There was a few more people came in. Let's go back here. So Brian says he needs a rub, Keith, for all the deliveries of rubs. I hear that. And Carla says he says 3 but holds up 4 fingers. Nice pick, Carla. I noticed that once I did that. And Marianne says baby steps, Dave. And Remington Steele is in the house. Hey, Jeff. And Stevan says, hi, you're frozen. And Alan says, LOL, Angie should do to you what Lisa's doing to me. No sex till I lose 10 pounds of diet. LOL. Hey, I think that's what she's doing. You know how to stop Angie from having sex with me. Just marry her. And Sky says, pilot flying. Oh, yeah. Hi, Dave. Sky's in. Carla Mannix saying hi to Jeff and Keith Bizin. Hello, John and Andrew.
Hello.
And Remington Steele. Carla saying hi to Jeff. And Sharon says, you make me hungry. You're such a good hubby, Dave. Well, it was a great surprise for her because 1, she loves that Chinese food place, loves it. And 2, to have her 4 kids there, sitting there waiting for her, she was just smiles ear to ear. Had to take the picture because she was smiling her face off. Nancy says, we're in Winnipeg on Thursday to pick up French fries. All right, let me know because we got to meet because you got some stuff, I think. Keith Bazin says, I found a great restaurant in Maple Creek. Oh, you're kidding me. And Mike, oh, Dave, how are you doing tonight? Not too bad, Mike. And I want to give you a heartfelt condolences. I really feel for you. I really do. Mike, sorry for the very, very bad news. Gord says, hello from Paprika and the crew. And Tim says, I need a hat, Dave. I hear you. And Remington Steele says, good evening, Brother Dave. Good evening, Jeff. Can't wait to see you. Travis says, Keith, if you didn't just sit around and went to work, you would never have found it. I hear you. Mike says, did you hear the bad news today, Dave? Yes, I did. I did. Horrible news. Horrible news. I really, really bad news, Mike. I'm so sorry to hear it. Sincerely sorry to hear it. And Rhonda Randall is in, and Nancy says, my cell phone's working, so I have to get a new phone. My cell phone, maybe is not working because it says my cell phone is working, so I have to get a new phone. So it is a Monday night, start of a week. Boy, we're burning through January here. It's going to be February. before we bat our eyes, 28th, Camp Hope on the 28th. I'm so excited. World of Wheels coming up. I'm so excited about the World of Wheels. We're going to be advertising the heck out of that. And then, of course, everybody knows what's happening in February. And Deborah says, hello, Dave. And let's hope there isn't too many people causing separation and divide about what's going to be going on in February, because it's very important for us all to stick together. Did you get my mailing address, says Mike? I'm not sure. I think so. We've got a lot of the mailing addresses, so I'll check to make sure I've got it for sure, Mike. And Keith says, Travis Wallace, that's what happens when you blow a piston. I hear you, Keith. So if people are wondering, when Keith was at Pia Pot the other day, he blew a piston on the engine. And he said this guy walked up and said, so what's going on? And he says, piston broke. And he says, yep, same as me. Piston broke. Just like John, he's piston broke. And the calling car says, it got dark here at 5:10. We gained 20 minutes of daylight. Yay! Rennie Wagner, did you get my mailing address the other day? Yes, we did. And Stefan says, I can't hear you. I just see the picture not moving. You're frozen. Weird. Am I okay on everybody else's screen, or are you guys blacking out? And Adrian says, hi, Dave. So looking forward to February 17th. Where will it? Epic. And Shirley says, you're frozen, Dave. Oh. Richard Busser, haha. Maggie says, it's coming in loud and clear for me. Excellent. Carla says, Stefan, tried going out and then back in again. Marcia Pitt says, I'm good on your end. Thank you. Travis Wallace says, I'm good. Rich says, I'm good. And Brian says, yep, Burrs, all's good. Sky, okay here. And Frenchie, good here. Oh, good. And Tarina's good here. Excellent. Colleen is all good here. And Tim, everything's good here. And Deborah says, all good, Dave. And Rhonda is good here. Peggy Liderskowski says, I hear you. And I see you good. Mary Penner, good. And Adrian Bumback says, Carla Mannix, looks like we are not connected on FBI. Never see your posts. Oh, on Facebook. Sorry, never see your posts. Willie Nolan's all good here. And Ted coming through perfectly. Excellent. Marcel DeJarlis is in the house, says you're good here. Rennie, good to go here. Nancy, it's okay at my end. And Maria Hebert says, all good here. Keith says, not blackout, but freezing, but could be the area. Absolutely. So Camp Hope on the 28th. I'll be there, folks. And February 17th, there's more events coming up. If you're in town for World of Wheels, we'll have our booth at World of Wheels, and we'll be handing out magazines. Carla says, Adrian Bomback, still not seeing them. And Alan says, LOL, little Johnny and his dad go to the store. As they're walking down the aisle, little Johnny says to Dad, ask Dad, who buys them? Okay, sorry. Okay. Let's go again. Ready? Okay.
You want me to read it?
Good friend from Alan. No, I got it. Says, little Johnny and his dad go to the store. As they're walking down an aisle, little Johnny says, Dad, what's that? Oh, I hate when it jumps on me. Dad says, there are condoms. Little Johnny asks, what are they for? Dad says, safe sex. Johnny sees a 3-pack. He asks Dad, who buys them? Dad says, high school kids. One for Thursday, one for Friday, one for Saturday. He sees a 6-pack. Johnny says, who buys those? Dad says, college kids. 2 for Thursday, 2 for Friday, 2 for Saturday. Johnny sees a 12-pack. He says, who buys those? Daddy says, married people. 1 for January, 1 for February, 1 for March, 1 for April. That's funny right there. Danielle says, forgot to say having beers in the shop. Nice, Danielle. And Stefan says, maybe because of the storm. Rick says, can we help at your booth there? I'll let you know. And Adrian says, Carla Mannix, nope, and guessing you are not seeing mine. And Ted Kuzi says, bundle up. It's supposed to be cold one on Saturday. We're a tough brunch. Oh, it's going to be cold. Minus 30. Crickets in the house. Yeah, you know, the funny thing is, when I first decided to do things with Angie, I went to see the pharmacist and I said I want some condoms because it was going to be a great night. It'd be the first night Angie and I got together, if you know what I'm talking about. And he says, oh, you know what? You should get the festive pack. I said, what's a festive pack? He says, there's green ones, there's blue ones, there's neon ones. It's all different colors. I said, you know what? I'm going to buy that. So I bought that, and a couple of months later, I went back and I said, you know what? I need a maternity brassiere for the girlfriend. And he says, a maternity brassiere? And I said, yes. He says, what bust? And I said, the red one. Bust, the red one. That was terrible. So check your mic. You sound far. Is my green light on?
Oh, it turned off.
Aha, the green light went off. He's going to set the green light. Thanks for that,
Ready?
Keith. John's going to set the green light.
Oh, whoa.
Is there a message on the screen or anything?
No, but what happened? Plugged it in. It's orange, and then it turns off.
Oh, okay. Try plugging it the other thing. Maybe my battery is slow on my phone or something.
Let's check.
But we aren't getting a green light, eh?
No green light.
Okay, well, we won't worry about it. I'll just talk loud. You know what? That's weird that we're having these. Can you take it and flip it the other way around? The one in the phone? Did you do that already?
I have not.
Okay, flip it the other way around. We're going to try one more thing here. Sorry about this, folks.
Oh. Oh. Sorry about the wobble.
Sorry about the wobbling here. Hey, we're back and we got a green light. Thank you to John Wayne MacKenzie. Well, you know what? We got the sound back. And you know what? Let's do a draw. Let's do a draw for one of these, either Cattle Boys or Blue Haze Barbecue, your choice. Let's, why don't you draw it, John? Bring me over the tub. We'll,
All right.
and let's do Cattle Boys. Bring it over here.
I should bring you a Cattle Boys.
No, bring me the names. Those are all the names you got in there?
Okay, so we got all the names in this bowl.
Okay, don't look. He's not looking. He's not looking. This is for a rub. You get to decide which rub you want. You're knocking a whole bunch onto the floor, but that's okay. Just grab one.
I got one. Let's see. And the winner is...
You want to hold it up to the camera?
Right over here, we have Peggy Lydia Zurkowski.
Oh, Peggy Lydia Zurkowski. She shares everything. She likes and shares everything, and she hits like on everything. Thank you, Peggy Lydia Zurkowski. You get to pick a rub. Maybe even Keith will give you the rub. So let's do the second one, too. And the second one is going to be for a Freedom 2022 tag. A Freedom 2022 tag. And let's see who wins a Freedom 2022 tag. Let me mix these around. I'll mix them around for you. And I won't look. Whoops, I'm dropping some out. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, who should I pull?
Pull me.
Pull you? Got one?
You got one there?
I have one. Let's see who this is. Oh, almost fell.
You drunk?
Yep. Don't tell Dad, though.
Oh.
Look at that. There you go.
It's our good friend Tim. Let me
Tim.
let me write down. Tim's got a freedom tag to either put on a chain around his neck, or here, hold it up so they can so he can see it, or on his keychain.
Tim, you are the winner of a Freedom 2022 tag.
Excellent, excellent. Let me put it in this envelope. So we got a lot of stuff to give away in draws and stuff like that. I've got a lot to talk about, except, you know, I had a whole list of things for discussion. Maggie saying congratulations to Tim, and Willie saying we've got a bolt lock, we've got some more rub. I'm thinking giving away one more hat and selling the rest. We got a gift pack to give away. Oh, we've never given away the $50 Visa card. We need to do that. We got to decide which night. We got Pilot Flying J cards. We got Tim Horton cards. We have Denny's cards. We got some more stuff coming from Denny's, and I got some other stuff. Check the floor for my name. You know what? Wouldn't that be funny if that's his? Grab that one off the floor. He says, check the floor for my name. If that's Alan's, I'm going to laugh my face off. Let me see.
Let's see.
Oh my God! Oh, that is hilarious. Put that in the camera.
Oh, yeah.
That's hilarious. His was one that fell on the floor. That is, you know what? You can't make shit like this up. That is funny. Folks, Alan says, check the floor for my name. And there were ones that fell on the floor. John went on the floor. I should have followed him with the camera. And he goes onto the floor, and Alan's name is on the floor. That is hilarious. Cricket says mine's on the floor too. Frenchie says have a good night. Torino, yahoo! Denny's. Calling car, LOL. That is just freaking hilarious. You made my night, Alan. Carlos, that is, what's the chances of that? That is freaking hilarious. Unless Alan saw when it fell on. Did you see when it fell out, Alan? Did you see your name or something when you fell out onto the floor? That's hilarious. What are the chances for that? Rhonda says mine's probably there too. I know he was spilling them all onto the floor. Better give him a prize. Alan says I'll take a hat. And Ted says, look, Alan says John picked my name. You know what, folks? I seen one fall out, he says, but that is so great, folks. I think we got to give Alan a hat. Alan says he'll take a hat. I think that deserves a hat. Who votes Alan should get a hat? Because, yeah, John did pick his off the floor. His did fall out, and it was Alan's on the floor. That is hilarious. We should give him a hat. Who votes yes? Let's have a vote here from the family. Everybody that just vote yes if you want Alan to have a hat. Frank says yes. Tarina says me. That is freaking hilarious. Tracy says sure. Congratulations, Alan. As for Peggy, she's asking, there's a red eye rub, and for the cattle boys, we have a gourmet seasoning from Cattle Boys, or we have a Cattle Boys smoking and grilling. So you can pick whether you want the Blue Haze red eye rub. Oh, it's fantastic. Or whether you want the gourmet seasoning from Cattle Boys, or whether you want the smoking and grilling from Cattle Boys. Oh my God, that's so funny. Alan says, thanks everybody. And Rhonda says, yes. Richard Busser says, yes. Calling Car says, buy a lottery ticket, Alan. Yeah, it's Lotto Max is tomorrow. And Stefan says, on my computer, the connection's okay. On my cell, it won't connect. Weird. And Peggy says the smoking and grilling. Okay, let me write this down. That Peggy gets smoking and grilling. smoking and grilling. Cattle boys. Love them. Love them. Thank you very much, Shannon Bullen and Cattle Boys, for this. And Deborah says, can we order these things? Can we order these things? And Carla says, Travis Wallace, good night, Brooklyn. Marcia Pitt says, good night, Brooklyn. Betty Lou, good night, Brooklyn. Love you. Good night, Brooklyn. I love you. Thank you so much for being on. Maria says, have a good night. Love you all. And Colleen Carr said, I won $20. Hoo yeah. And Tracy Joel says, good night, Brooklyn. Good night, everybody. I love you. Who loves you? I love you all. Thank you for coming on. We're going to do all draws. I got lots to talk to you about. And I'm going to be live. I'm going to be live from the Camp Hope this Saturday. Camp Hope this Saturday. Live from World of Wheels Autorama, where I have a booth. And live on February 17th, when the Unity comes to Winnipeg, Center Canada. Tim says good night. Nancy Hogman, good night, Dave. Tracy Joel, good night, everyone. It's almost 11, and it's almost 10 here. Almost time to get Angie, baby. Marianne says good night, Dave and family. Willie Nolan, have a great night, Dave and family. CTM, Colleen Carr, honk, honk, freedom. Maria Hebert says, Walter asked, are you coming for the night? Coming for the night? Oh, you're talking about after Camp Hope? Yes. Sky says, night, everyone. Take care. Take care, everybody. I really do care. Thanks so much for being my family here. And John, what do I always say?
We'd rather hear from you than about you.
Oh, Alan says, you need to send you anything for my Flying J card and the hat? Yes, if you could send me your address, please, and I'll send it right out to you to your address, unless you're planning on being in Winnipeg in the next little bit. And folks, take care, everybody. I do care, and keep on trucking.